This is Richard Corliss, Time Magazine's film critic, welcoming you to the Time Election Movie Special. If you're pooped from all the bad political vibes on the cable news channels, here's your chance to take a break from real life and see how Hollywood has made drama and fun out of the electoral process.
Soup guy sent me over.
The Great McGinty, 1940.
Never mind the applesauce. How do I get the $2?
A tough lowlife, played by Brian Donlevy, uses his muscle and a roguish smile to rise in the government of a big city machine run by the boss. This was Preston Sturges' first film as writer-director, and it parades all his conflicted love for con artistry, political and emotional.
I made no campaign promises.
Citizen Kane, 1941.
I had no hope of being elected. Now, however, I have something more than a hope.
Best film ever? Maybe. But in addition to its status as a movie milestone, Kane offers an acute view of American politics that applies today as much as it did in 1941. Like Silvio Berlusconi and Michael Bloomberg, Charles Foster Kane is a media magnate who runs for office. This is a film about a powerful man's need to be loved by the millions of people whose lives he dominates.
That
The Last Hurrah, 1958. This bluff and vigorous John Ford film, based on a novel about four-time Boston Mayor James Curley, winks at the chicanery involved in getting into office and staying there.
ladies and gentlemen, it appears from the vote that McCluskey has won and is going to be your next mayor. I wish to offer Mr. McCluskey my heartiest congratulations and good luck.
Has anything changed in 50 years? The big city machine the film elegizes may be gone. But when politicians dance to the tune played by people like Karl Rove, the melody lingers on.
I am going to run for governor of the state. And, I might add, I expect to win. Thank you and good night.
What did he say?
That you're going to run for governor and he expects to win.
I'd be a lot happier if we could just settle on the number of communists I know there are in the Defense Department.
The Manchurian Candidate, 1962. How's this for apocalyptic cynicism? A Joe McCarthy-type red baiter, quote, 57 card-carrying communists in the State Department, end quote, is married to a Soviet spy.
You are to shoot the presidential nominee through the head.
And she arranges for her son, who's been brainwashed by the Chinese commies, to assassinate the presidential candidate who's on the ticket with her husband.
Rallying a nation of television viewers into hysteria to sweep us up into the White House with powers that will make martial law seem like anarchy.
You can't go back. You're the Democratic nominee for senator.
You make that sound like a death sentence.
No.
The Candidate, 1972. Robert Redford plays a handsome young lawyer who uses his charm and telegenicity to challenge an aging Senate incumbent. Welcome to the new politics. Jeremy Larner, who won an Oscar for his screenplay, had been Eugene McCarthy's chief speechwriter in the 1968 campaign.
And on election day, we won't run away. Vote once. Vote twice. For Bill McKay. You middle-class honkies.
His insider's take was a cautionary tale of such subtlety that it sailed over the heads of some viewers, like Dan Quayle, who said the movie inspired him to be a politician.
Marvin, what do we do now?
Wait a minute, what? Ladies and gentlemen, why can't you get ahead? Why can't you have the home of your dreams?
Bob Roberts, 1992. A folk singer as politician? That's Bob, seducing viewers with anthems of moral counter-revolution. His big hit is an anti-Dylan ballad, The Times Are Changing Back. Perfecting the notion of the dimple as a policy statement, Bob may win high office if the electorate doesn't wise up to his real agenda, and if Bob can stay alive.
But they'll complain and complain and complain and complain and complain.
The girl's alleging...
Wag the Dog, 1998.
Jesus, Mary Joseph.
We're virtually certain that it is.
Maybe we could say it was a funny drug reaction to the flu.
The incumbent president is the focus of a sex scandal. Come on, who'd believe that? His approval ratings need jacking up just before the election. So his aides invent a war against a country that never attacked us. Where do movie makers get these kooky ideas?
It's a suitcase bomb.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a suitcase bomb? Yes? It's a suitcase bomb. When it's cooking, it's cooking.
Robert De Niro is the DC spin doctor, and Dustin Hoffman the media mogul who produces a phony war that looks real on TV. Wag the Dog, co-written by David Mamet, is slick, funny, appalling, and mean. Just what the material deserves.
Fantastic.
Great.
That was good.
They used the same process with the last Schwarzenegger movie.
Fantastic.
Isn't that amazing how they do that? And you know what, Conrad? This is only the beginning. Where do we get the song? Then you have the song, the image, the merchandising tie-ins. You know, this is only the beginning.
Election, 1999.
Who put you up to this?
Oh, hi, Tracy.
Who put you up to this?
She's pretty, she's ambitious, and she's a heartbeat away from the most powerful office in high school. If Tracy Flick wins the vote for student body president, she's on her way to being the next Sarah Palin.
They know this country was built by people just like me, who work very hard and don't have everything handed to them on a silver spoon. Not like some rich kids who everybody likes because their fathers own Metzler Cement and give them trucks on their 16th birthday and throw them big parties all the time. No, they don't ever have to work for anything. They think they can just all of a sudden one day out of the blue waltz right in with no qualifications whatsoever and try to take away what other people have worked for very, very hard their entire lives. No, didn't bother me at all.
The Best Man, 1964. Gore Vidal knew politics from the inside. The famous novelist was related by blood to the Gore political dynasty of Tennessee and by his mother's second marriage to the Bouvier Kennedys. In this primer on realpolitik, the answer to the question, how dirty do you dare to play, is another question. How high do you want to go?
Power is not a toy that we give to good children. It's a weapon, and the strong man takes it and he uses it.
Primary Colors, 1998.
Your grandfather was a great man.
Oh, thank you.
Jack Stanton could also be a great man if he weren't such a faithless, thoughtless, disorganized, undisciplined shit.
Honey,
this is another isn't he awful, isn't he wonderful movie about a politician. Maybe the definitive one.
I'm going to do something really outrageous. I'm going to tell the truth.
It's about a presidential candidate who spreads his seductiveness on the electorate like jelly on toast. His name is Jack Stanton, but let's not kid around. John Travolta is playing Bill Clinton, and Emma Thompson is Hillary.
Now, you know I've taken a lot of hits in this campaign. But you know what that means? It means that someone thinks that you're only interested in the kind of garbage that they've been throwing at me. So Tuesday, when you go to cast your vote, you think about that. You think about what you're really interested in, and then pick your candidate.
Yeah!
This is Richard Corliss for Time Magazine.